Deep in the heart of the African savannah, where the tall grass sways in the wind and the stars shimmer brightly against the vast night sky, there lived a boy named Kofi. Kofi was known throughout his village for one thing: his drum. It wasn't an ordinary drum. It was a gift from his grandfather, carved from the finest wood, with a skin that seemed to sing when struck. The drum had a voice of its own, and when Kofi played, it could be heard for miles around. As Christmas approached, the villagers prepared a grand feast to celebrate, a tradition they held dear. They roasted meat, cooked spicy stews, and filled baskets with ripe fruits. But this year, a thick fog had settled over the savannah, making the paths nearly impossible to see. Many travelers from neighboring villages, eager to join the celebration, found themselves lost in the misty wilderness. Kofi, watching the fog from his small hut, felt a deep sadness in his heart. What if they don't make it to the feast? He wondered aloud. He turned to his drum, tracing its smooth surface. Perhaps you can help me guide them. He took his drum and walked to the edge of the village, where the fog was thickest. Standing tall, he began to play. Boom-ba-da, boom-boom-ba-da. The beats echoed through the air, carrying a message of warmth and welcome. It was as if the drum spoke directly to the hearts of those wandering in the fog. Miles away, a group of travelers paused. "Do you hear that?" one of them asked. The rhythm seemed to tug at them, guiding their feet forward. Elsewhere, a mother and her children, huddled together and frightened, heard the drumming too. "Follow the sound," she urged, her voice filled with hope. One by one, the travelers followed the drum's call, stepping out of the fog and into the village. Kofi's drumming never wavered, his arms tireless, his spirit unwavering. As the first group arrived, they cheered, grateful for the boy who had led them. Others soon followed, their faces lighting up as they reached the warmth of the fire and the smell of the feast. Finally, as the last of the travelers arrived, Kofi lowered his drum. The fog began to lift, and the stars above shone brighter than ever. The chief of the village approached Kofi, placing a hand on his shoulder. "You have done something truly special tonight, my boy. You turned music into a guiding light." That Christmas Eve, the feast was more joyous than ever. Laughter echoed through the savannah, and the travelers shared stories of how Kofi's drumming had led them to safety. And so, the boy with the magical drum became a legend in the savannah. To this day, they say that if you listen closely on a foggy Christmas Eve, you might just hear the echoes of Kofi's drum, reminding everyone of the power of music, hope, and a kind heart.